All right, guys. So we are gonna be walking through the sales process. So this was a game changer for me, coming from corporate, having processes and systems. So in 2019, I adopted the sales process. Let me see if I can get this. I get a little fancy with the pants. Hopefully, it's the one that fades out. No, there it is. Cool. Kyle, delete that. Start over again. So it starts with the sales process. Starts with the greeting, and I'll tell you guys the whole purpose of the greeting. Then moves into fact finding. Fact finding is when you ask questions that take you to the demo. What we do here is call it presentation, and that's call your product. Are you going to put them in a cash offer, traditional, foreclosure, or on a product where you guys have to call James and Vic people out? But the only way EA is going to find out which product or which demo to put them on is by fact finding. Once you put them here, then the close is the easiest part. You guys heard me a couple of times when I ask people, have you heard enough information to make a decision? Have you heard enough information to move forward? That's the close. From there, you take them. If you don't close on that moment, you move into what's called where the money's at. That's the follow up. But the good news is that 98, probably 98, probably higher now, your competition is not doing the follow up. And that's where the money's at. When somebody tells me I have no sales or the lead sucks, the leads are no good, I always go back to let me hear your greeting, let me hear your fact finding, and then what product are you putting people on? Because it's never about the lead. Because if they pick the phone, they're interested. It's that you're not asking enough questions to put them in the right product, especially for expires and for sell by owners. For sell by owners, they want to sell. And the reason they're hanging up on you is because you don't have your greeting tied up. Let me see if I can move it. Okay. So the question is, let me see if I can go up. Why you? Why people should do business with you? Take a moment right there, take a piece of paper, then list out the reasons why people would want to buy your product. Do business with your company, and why people should buy from you. There's your product, and there's your company. I'll give you guys 5 minutes, and if you need more time, I'll extend it. List the reasons why people will want to buy your product. Do business with your company and why people should buy from you. All right, we got time here. Who wants to share? I'll take 2 shares so we can move forward. Is that pretty tough for some of you guys? Did you chat GPT it, Carolyn?
She was done five
Yeah,
minutes ago.
I never sat down and thought about that question.
Yeah, see, that's what it makes you think about.
That's the purpose of the workshop, because it's just sales. People think they just can go and pick up the phone and start calling, and that's when they get crushed in the phones. They say the phone sucks. No, you suck because you don't even know your product. You don't even know what you're selling. You don't even know what your company is. Yesterday, I was talking to two discovery calls that I got on. They said they're running a business, and I'm like, okay, what's your mission statement? What's your vision statement? What's your tagline? And what are your core values? They didn't have them. You're not running a company. Last time I checked Disney and all that, they have all that stuff. So you're just winging it. Same here. You can't just get in the phone, start blabbing on people. Do you even know the product you're selling? And why people should do business with you? So the question is, give me some examples why people should buy your product or do business with the company, or why they should do business with you, why they should buy from you. So it wants to be the brave soul. By the way, participate so we can address it, and you can write it down. Your company can move forward. Go ahead, Ariana.
Why people will want to buy your product?
Mhm.
Because they have the necessity to buy, sell, and be protected. Why they want to do business with me? Because I have the best options for them. I offer multiple options to sell their home. Offer multiple options to buy their home. I offer multiple options to protect their family and create wealth. And people should,
That's from you, correct?
excuse me?
Those people should buy from you.
Yes.
Okay, how about from your company?
Okay.
Because your core values, because your company does business ethically, because your company's been around for 23 years. You got to ask yourself now, see the difference between you, product, and the company?
Mhm. Yes. Okay.
How about product? Why should I buy from you? Bring from your product.
Because I provide them with options and look for their best interest.
That's that, but that's you,
That's me. Okay.
product.
Okay. So you said company, right?
There's product and there's company, there's you.
Okay. Thank you.
Because your product, a 7-day cash, that's your product. Because your product is seller carry, will save you taxes. Because you have a product, you can do subject to. Richie just bought a product to his tool belt. He just got certified in buy and sell because he has a product. People can do business with him. He has a product that you can actually buy another home with there no need to sell your property in a timely manner. I don't know what's the buy and sell. I don't know.
Yeah, you can buy before you sell. We're gonna have her on a Thursday, maybe this next one or the following one. So we're gonna bring her in, but it would be a 1 hour Zoom. And what it is let's say you want to buy a cash offer, or let's say you want to buy a house for $1 million, and you have a property to sell, but you love that $1 million property. In California, the fee's 1.6 to use the program, but the way the program works is you go in, you say, hey, I love that house. And you go in, maybe you offer 950, 960, whatever, because it's all a cash offer. The seller says, oh, okay, great. It's all a cash offer. They can close in up to 14 days. There's a fee for that, which is 1.6, but let's just say the fee was on that initial $1 million. If you talk them down on the cash offer, then your client doesn't have to eat the cost, and it's a win for them anyways. After they move into the new property, which the thing that's so strong about this is you can beat out other buyers by being an all cash offer. And then you have 90 days to move into the new property. And then a lease back starts on the property while you sell yours. But then the thing that's cool about this is if they want to pull the trigger on that, they're going to have to price their house right. So any of this bullshit of, oh, hey, I'm going to list my house for 1.5 million or something just ridiculous, in that initial fact finding conversation, they're going to find out, hey, if you don't price this thing right, you're not going to sell. And the thing is with the 90 days, the money doesn't come out until you close on escrow. So once you sell your second house, then that lease back, whatever, goes towards the new house. But you have the new house and you're all cash offer. And the most important part of that program is you got to get fully pre-qualified before you do everything. You also have to have 30% equity. No, you need to have 30% for the down payment of whatever you're purchasing. So you either have the assets from the equity of your house or the down payment of your house, or if you have extra assets, it fulfills that. But that's an awesome program because you can now all post on your social medias, buy before you sell, ask me to find out more. And if you're like, oh, what's this buy sell program? And then you can even use it for first time home buyers. It can only be a conventional or VA program, but the same thing. instead of losing to all these cash offers or higher conventional whatever offers, you can be a full cash offer and beat them in 7 to 14 days.
So that's the product. You see that?
Yes,
So, well, thanks for volunteering now. Now you know the difference.
yes, thank you.
And part of you, all of you guys are saying, by the way, Kyle, you don't have to. I put this on the library. You can eliminate this page in this recording. All you guys right now looking at each other like, I don't even know it. I don't even know what my product is. And this is why it's so important to train and understand that you guys running a business. It's not just calling. You gotta know exactly what you're saying and what place you're coming from. Okay, so it just comes out fluent. Ileana, go ahead.
So would the product be that we know how to do probates?
Do you know how to do probate? Do you have that product? Are you a probate expert?
I am, but I'm very shy about it. I have done a lot of probates.
Okay, then you have a product. Then you're a probate specialist.
I even have a certificate. I just don't
Well, you already know how you feel
show
certificates.
it.
You already know how I feel about certificates and licenses.
I know, but I'm just saying.
Hey, don't worry. I'll send you your golden star. It's all good. But can you elaborate when you're meeting with the client and talk about your product?
Yes, I have a list of things that
Okay,
needs to be done
why should I do business with you then? With you?
with me
Yeah.
because I have the people that need that is gonna guide you through the probate, and I know um, the dates and
What do you
what
mean?
else?
What do you mean you know the dates?
Okay, so there's certain timeline that you have to follow on probate. What else?
Yeah, but overall, you're calling me right now. Why should I do business with you?
Well, I have to prepare for that.
You're in the right class, by the way.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because my brain is just going right now. And I said, hey, I have done probates before, but I haven't put them together and I
What's
haven't
your
put
product? My question to you is, why should I do business with you?
what should I do
With you?
with me?
Hmm.
With me
Are
because
you ethical? Are you reliable?
well, I have experience in
There
the
it is.
field.
There it is.
Experience
Yeah.
don't mean meaning experience of years, but experience of how to handle the transaction. I also
How
have
many transactions have you done, Ileana?
oh, I don't know. I haven't counted them yet.
Okay, write this down. Write it down. And like I said, this is going to be recorded, and I'll send you the whole entire deck. It's going to be attached to the class. Will you need to know why people should do business with you? I
Well,
don't
I'm trying to
know.
tell you.
I know, but you're not telling me, and that's what I'm asking you. Because like you can't tell me straight out why should I do business with you, and it's okay, Liana. When I went took this class, I was like, holy shit, I don't fucking know, and I had taken the class 6 times.
Well, this is my second time, and
Hmm.
I'm still
Good.
not clear. I wrote this down, so I have a team behind me. Um, I'm not a well. I'm a great communicator via text and via email. I just have to write my notes when I'm talking to people.
Okay, the other question is to ask yourself, and then we move forward. There's more that's coming, Ilana. The
Okay,
question is, why should I do business with your company?
I guess I don't have it.
Awesome, good. We got work to do. It's the beauty of it. We're looking for progression, not perfection. So we're gonna train on it. Your your sales process have to be you should be able to explain your sales process to a 5-year-old, and that's why I love the 5 steps: the greedy, fact finding, the demo, the follow, the close, and the follow. If you can't explain this to a 5-year-old, what makes you think people who haven't sold or haven't bought understand it in the lingo? Just adapt this and take a run with it. Okay? Your process should be simple, very transparent, very easy to promote, especially on Instagram. When you do business with me, we're going to be walking through the sales process. And you should be able to speak what is that sales process. Make your intentions clear, qualify with hard questions, always push for the sell, always agree with the buyer or seller, and your sales process should always use a third-party touch, always attempt to take a second sell, and always use instant follow-up.
So the most important thing, there's lots of important ones on there, but like I said, a few days ago, I got to have dinner with a guy probably worth $200 million, and he's probably the best salesperson. Go back to that page, Johnny. The number one for me is that number one. And the reason why is the reason why the guy was so good is because he was so simple. With everything he explained, with everything he talked about, hate him, love him, the thing that makes Trump so damn good is he speaks at a third grade language. If you're trying to overcomplicate things or use big, in marketing, they call it technobabble. Oh yeah, the ARV, like you're calling a realtor because you're assuming a realtor should know what they're doing. That's the first mistake, don't assume. The second mistake is you're saying ARVs and after repair value. But use words that they understand, and the smartest people on earth all make things very understandable, and it is easy. And coming back to the simple thing, coming back to one thing I learned from my good friend Les, is he said 80% of Americans are simple. He's like, so if you're making things too smart and you're making things too overcomplicated, you're going to miss out on the majority of people. And I got that answer through him because I asked him, if you were to do it all over again, what's the one thing you would do? And then he said, I would keep it simple. And he found that out because he had a seminar where he had 100 people go to it. He had a guy from New York Life Insurance go. The guy was all suited up, had a slick hair, and he was using numbers and talking very smart. And at the end of the class, nobody signed up. And he stayed up till 2 in the morning wondering what happened. And he was like, oh, well, shit. Yeah, he was too smart. So what happened was people thought it would be too hard. So they gave up, because what do people do when they think things are going to be too hard? They quit. And the other thing he said that they did was he made it too smart. If things are hard and things sound too smart, people are going to say, oh, no, I can't do that. And they're going to remove themselves from the situation. So in all your presentations, you need to be educating, tracking, asking for feedback, and making sure you're keeping things simple. But now I read that number one so differently. And it's modifying your listing presentation, modifying your conversation. When you hear me guys call on the phone, I keep it very easy connecting. It almost doesn't sound like I'm trying to sell anybody, because I keep it relational. So now you can go, John.
It's simple.
Yeah.
In your sales process, your sales, you should have opportunities in your business right now. Incoming calls, outbound calls, sold customer, unsold customers. You should have referrals, inbounds. And you guys can read out from there. You guys, like I said, this will be attached to Skull class. But if you guys want to take a picture of it, that's fine. All right, let's take a minute on this. Write out sales opportunities that you're currently using right now. What are your sales opportunities that you're currently using right now? And write out the sales opportunities that you're not using. For some of you are wondering, on the first one, write out sales opportunities that you are currently using. Are you using Facebook? Are you using Instagram? Are you using outbound calls? Are you using Google Ads? And this is more for you guys. I'll give you an understanding. What are you not using? You're not using your phone. You're not using text. You're not using emails. You're not using Facebook commenting on people. You're not using your past clients as referrals. You're not using postcards. You're not using door knocking. You're not going to open houses. What are you not using? All right, who would like to share? Going once, going twice. Nobody likes to share. All right, go ahead, take over from there. Bye, Richie.
All right, guys, the greeting. So the greeting's the most important part of the phone call. What's the next most important thing about the greeting? Probably your tonality. You need to sound like somebody you want to talk to. Some of you guys are calling people, and the person they're seeing on the other side of the phone is Eeyore, except it's not as cute as Eeyore. They pick up the phone. Like I've had some depressed salespeople call me, and I've almost felt bad for them. I'm like, let me help you. So the important parts. I'm gonna go to the page, putting them at ease. Hi, hey, John. Is this John? This is Richie. The tonality. And the one thing I'll say with that too is, if you're not a super upbeat person, you don't have to be a super upbeat person. You need to be whatever you are, but you need to sound slightly happier than you are. If maybe you're not that happy, but you just need to sound positive, like somebody you would want to talk to. You don't want to say, hi, this is Ashley from Keller Williams, and I'm calling about your house. You don't want to sound labor like you just got done running 2 miles. Use positive language. Of course, yes, I would love to do that. For another realtor, of course it's another realtor. It's probably the last realtor, too, that you're going to have to talk to. Aren't you lucky? Keep it short. One of the biggest things people fail at, there's these gigantic scripts where the person's just talking to you for 45 seconds. I've counted, actually, sometimes where people are calling me, and I'm like, this dude just spoke for a minute and 30 seconds, because whoever the hell wrote the script for this poor bastard is saying, say the script, and then they say, would you like to hear? No, I don't want to hear more. I'm going to hang up on you. That's what I'm going to do. So keep it short. Hi, this is Richie Hi, this is Richie. Hi, this is John. John, I'm a realtor / investor. The reason for my call, your property 123 Banana Street, are you accepting cash offers? And then like the other thing I like to explain is the words don't need to be perfect. What needs to be perfect needs to be your energy. Anytime me and Johnny call, we start standing. What's the reason about standing? It changes your body physiology. The thing that's important about your body physiology is if you're humped over the phone and you're grinding and you feel it starts to eat at you, people can hear you when you smile on the phone. They can hear you when you have energy. One of my one deal I got last year where the guy said, I'm not interested, I'm not doing this, I have an agent. When I went to ask him the next day why he gave me the listing or why he was willing to meet with me, it's because he said, well, Richie, I heard you started laughing and I could hear you smiling on the phone. And he said, only good people laugh and smile. So I knew you were good people. So I decided to meet you. And the day before, he was going to go with another realtor. And through that, yes, I have the skill. Yes, I know the words, but it was more so my physiology, my tonality, and how I showed up as a person is what he connected with. Because the thing that's not on here too is, and I'm violating keeping it short because I'm going into this real quick, but I want you guys to learn, because that's more so for the greeting, is lots of you guys get way too caught up on the words. It's more so the tonality. I'll change my openers from time to time. One of the first guys I learned from in the greeting, ring, ring. Hi, this is Johnny. Johnny, this is Richie. Did I catch you at a bad time? The thing, because we know follow-up works, is you could say, oh, and this is my experience from tens of thousands of calls. When I call a buyer lead and I say, did I catch you at a bad time? They'll probably hang up on me. When I call it expired that has some form of motivation or a FSBO, and I say, hey, did I catch you at a bad time? They'll be like, yeah, you caught me at a bad time, but you're calling about my property. And they'll either continue the conversation or they'll say, no, man, I'm walking into a meeting, but I really want to get my house sold for 700,000. Can you give me a call back at 4? And even with that, sometimes they don't pick up because life happens. But the thing with that is you need to already know in your head that you need to continue to follow up. It could be 2 to 20, and it's because you're competing with their lives. Offer information to build rapport. Offer options. Hey, I have a cash offer. I could give you an offer higher than anybody else you'll talk to, which is a seller finance offer, but the terms probably won't work. But I'm not going to say that because I'm just trying to create a buzz in their head. Okay, you've gotten a whole bunch of cash offers. Have you thought about listing your house? Well, what if I offer you 50,000 above? Well, how would you do that? Well, have you ever heard of seller financing? And then we would have to do the terms, but that's going a different path because this is just a greeting. Always keep smiling, have a great attitude. I would probably put that up. That's probably 1.5. I think this one and this one are the most two important. Well, they're all important, but be prepared to handle objections. 99.9% of the time when you're getting on the phone, people are saying, hey, are you going to be selling your house? And they're going to say no. And you have to train yourself to be able to say, okay, great, I get that. And if I got you 700,000, would you decide to sell? Is there something there if you decided to sell? And normally they will say, oh, you could get me 700,000. You can't say, oh, well, what changed your mind? And sometimes they'll shoot you down. That's why I like the price better because that's just based on experience. This is an inbound call. So I like saying this one for so the person calls you, thank you for calling such, or I love this one. Thank you for calling Domino's. My name's Richie. What toppings would you like? That's the same thing as thank you for calling Richie's Cash Flow Financial Services. What can I get you information on? Well, I was looking to get a price on blah, blah, blah. Great. I would be happy to get you a price. And then you say, great, I would love to get you a price on that product. In addition to a price, can I also get you pricing on this? Now coming back to the greeting, it's a whole nother option. You're saying, would you like a cash offer? Would you like me to get you 2 different bids? And then even on that note, anytime you're presenting options, you want to try and keep it between 3 because if you present too much and you're like, oh, I'm just going to show them everything, people can get lost in what you're doing. I think
this is inbound, so not only outbound, so this is inbound. So when somebody calls you, I heard some of you guys just pick up the phone, hey, it's not the way to answer. You're running a business. Thank you. This is Ariana from XYB Realty. What can I get your information on? Get to the point. That greeting is to the point. Why are you calling me? So chit chat because I don't have time for that. And here's the outbound one. That's the one we're using. Right now, go ahead, Richie. This is, I know that he modified it, and it's going to be on school. He upgraded this one.
Yeah, so I upgraded this one. So this is more the Grant Cardone one, and the one I made is a lot more real estate specific. Because, I mean, you could call in the money issues, but like this is a very vague version. So this is our most basic script. And, you know, as a full member with everything that you have, I have the pain and I have 9 million. I probably have, I don't know, maybe 50 or 75 pain and motivation questions. I haven't even counted, but it's probably that many. So the greeting, and once again, I'm going to keep saying this. The words don't matter. The energy and the way you pitch it does. So for example, Ileana, it's like, to be sure I make the best use of your time. To be sure I'm not wasting your time. Hey, I'm going to make sure I don't waste your time. I really don't care how it sounds, but you just need to get that part across, and the person's going to know what the hell you're talking about. Like if you miss up on the word, as long as that human knows that's another human on the phone that has a heartbeat and it sounds like they care, they're going to talk to you. So, hi, this is Richie with, it's funny, hi, this is Richie with Real Broker. I don't even work there anymore. It's just wired than me. The reason for my call is I'm calling about your house on 123 Banana Street. And are you still accepting cash offers? Or the reason for my call is, hey, man, I saw your house was listed 2 years ago. Can you tell me what your plans are? Are you selling it? Are you buying it? Are you selling? Are you buying? No, we're not selling. Okay, can you tell me more about that? When your house was listed 2 years ago, you had it listed at this. If I could get you that 900,000, if the price was right, would you consider selling? And then now I'm layering things, because now if I'm, because it's older lead, but it can go somewhere. And let's just say they say, no, man, I'm not selling. Now I can go a few different ways. Okay, well, hey, great. So are you living there? Are you renting? And these are the fact-finding questions, and this is why I'm making it more real estate specific. But it's the pay motivation and some of the other scripts I'm adding that is going to have all this stuff. And the thing you're going to need to do, which is practice. Don't only practice here. I have all the scripts for you guys not to fail and for you guys to pick this up and be awesome. But you have to be willing to do your own homework. Me and Johnny have, the reason why me and Johnny are here is because we've outworked everybody. We would practice role playing 4 to 6 hours every day by ourselves. We had one class with one other person, and we were doing this stuff because we knew where we wanted to go. And that's what you have to do. And the thing I'm going to say is, people that are a little bit better than you in the community in terms of the phone, DM them, message them. That's what I did in the beginning. Nobody told me to do that, but I did it anyways. I said, oh, hey, this guy Armando's good. And then I would say, hey, and he would stay on the phone with me for 10 to 15 minutes. And I would do it every day, because that's how you get good. You got to make opportunities. If you see something you want or something you like, you got to go for it.
So this is an exercise, guys. The greeting. What is your greeting and the reason for my call? If you don't have a cash offer, you have to have a big claim. If you're doing financial service, and I'm using Kel because she's leading the financial service team. When she calls on her script, what's her big claim? And then she has to have qualifying questions. Then she needs to move into appointment and put her in a demo, in a product, and then close them. So going back here, if you're doing solar or if you're doing financial services, you need to know what's your big claim. Why is the reason that you're calling? Is your reason to bug people? Oh, the reason I'm calling is because Johnny told me to call. That's not a big claim. Oh, Johnny says that after 100 calls, I'm going to get a deal. What's your reason? What's the big claim? What is your value proposition? This is who you are. Who are you with? It does not say none of this. You guys make this mistake. And do not make none of it in this script. It talks about how are you. Nobody cares. You don't care. You're calling people, and I'm using expiration for sell by owners. For my product, my big claim is cash offers. That's my big claim. It doesn't have to be cash offer. You don't have a cash offer, you need to identify what your big claim is. So how to role play? Choose the script that will be role playing. Find a partner with your role playing. You guys already found plenty of people here at 7 a.m. Stand directly in front of your partner, facing each other. We can do it on Zoom. Identify who will go first. Grab the script and be role playing, holding it up, facing each other. And this is huge. Start reading the script word by word. Stop reinventing the wheel. This script alone that I just shared with you guys has made people millions. Like we talked about, it's very, very simple. Number 7, partner will be same pass or flunk, and that's what we do in the morning. We start identifying what's the feedback so we can help you get better on it. And that's why you see number 8, we switch the roles. So if I were you guys wondering, like, oh my God, how does he do all this stuff? I'm like, look, I'm just following what a billionaire did. These are tips to role play. The first few rounds, you're gonna sound like robots. Don't worry about it. Okay? Do not change the words. I already said in one of somebody, I think I was in 2 weeks ago, somebody's call in another community. Johnny, your scripts, man. I got my own words. I got my own script going. Okay, great, sir. I appreciate you have your own script and your own words. How many properties have you listed? Crickets? Crickets? Okay, that answers my question. We're very simple, guys. I don't use big words. I don't go on this tantrum of I'm better than you, trying to sound sophisticated. I'm very, very simple. I misspell words. I'm very short with my text. Just like Richie says, people like simplicity. Stop complicating it. If you're trying to rewrite this script, good luck. This script that I'm sharing with you guys here, I made millions. And the person we got it from has made billions. And to this day, this script hasn't changed. And there's one salesperson who's made $1 million already from this script. But you have to follow the rules. Stop changing the words on it. Stop reinventing the wheel. It's round. It's not going to be square. I don't see it in the future being square. Okay? Go ahead, Richie. You want to say something?
Yeah. One big thing I wanted to say, which is another thing that people miss, and then it's just 2 tips, but the best in their fields, it's all about small details. The best athletes, the best lifters, the best fighters, the best everybody, it's the smallest of tweaks. And go back one, Johnny. Back one more. Like I think back one more. Okay, so lock close. The lock close. That part, we call that the tie down. And you have, other than getting the decision maker, you guys have to tie everybody down. I normally say Mr. Seller and Mrs. Wife, whatever. Anything short of a zombie apocalypse, is there any other reason why you wouldn't be at the meeting at 10? And you have to keep saying it and saying it and saying it, because if you just say, all right, great, see you Sunday. Great, I'll see you Sunday. And then you show up and you're excited, and then nobody opens up the door, and now you're a sad boy because you've been working and calling and doing all these calls. That's the other one, finding the decision maker. But then even going a step further with that is, other than yourself, who else would be involved in making this decision? Oh, well, my wife, Mary. And make sure, like, and this is a detail, names are the most important parts to people. Like the most important word to everybody is their names. And that is from How to Win Friends and Influence People. But then when you come back and you go to lock down and close, or you tie down, we call it the tie down, and you're saying, Mary, I can't, or John and Mary, I can't wait to meet you guys. And on Sunday, and is there any reason short of a zombie apocalypse or, World War III that you wouldn't be there? And they say, no, I'm going to be there. Okay, great. I can't wait to meet you. And you keep saying the name, because you're also trying to train yourself to remember the name. And just small tips. Sometimes people just say, all right, do you have a wife? Do you have a husband? And they're like, all right, great, I'll meet you now. Get their name, because you need to show that you're interested in their life. And those are the small tips that, or what I do when people are like, oh, Richie, you make it sound so smooth. It's because I train myself to look for these things. It's even with triggers and habits. It's like, if I'm starting that first piece, I know I need to ask about the name, and then I need to make something else up about it. You're good, Johnny.
Right. So we went through the greeting. If you guys were paying attention, what's the purpose of the greeting?
Put the buyer at ease.
Yes. To put the buyer at ease. All right, fact finding is next. Now that we got to the greeting, we're like, okay, oh my God, I got somebody interested. They want to talk to me. Yes, they are interested in a cash offer. I'm excited. I gone through the greeting. They're not hanging up on me. I actually got 8 seconds, and I'm like, oh my God, Richie, I finally did it. Somebody is interested in a cash offer. Great. I'm glad you are. This is where the fact finding shows up. Fact about the qualifying the question. You gotta qualify the buyer, the reason why they buy, why they selling at this point. The purpose of qualifying is to determine if you're in the right product. You're gonna ask them questions. I'm glad you're getting a cash offer. To make sure I don't waste your time, let me ask you. Are you looking forward to leaving the property in 7 days? You gotta ask the question to determine if that's the right product you're on. Secondary purpose is to know how to structure the proposal. When you're fact finding, the third purpose is to know how to justify the close. It's to discover buying patterns that makes your close easier. When you're fact finding, and this is a huge question you want to ask in fact finding, have you ever sold a property before as in a cash offer? When was the last time you sold a house? And that's discovering buying patterns, selling patterns. Have you ever done this before? And number 6, in the fact finding, you got to ask hard questions to build trust. One of the asked questions that I always tell you guys is, why are you selling this beautiful home? Why would you sell this beautiful home in South Pasadena? It's beautiful. Ask the hard question. And it always comes back to, if you only knew, Johnny, what I'm going through right now. Great. Tell me more about your situation. In the fact finding, you got to ask yourself questions. And second of all, and if you're afraid of asking the hard questions because you're going to lose the deal, I got news for you guys. You never had that deal, so you're never going to blow it. Now one thing kills the deal, especially in the fact finding.
That's a rule.
Things, asking the hard questions, the fact finding stages are going to lead you to the right product. These are the mistakes that people make on fact finding. Not asking quality questions. Nobody cares about the Dodgers. Stop asking things that has nothing to do with the conversation you're about to have. Not getting real answers. Oh, so you're planning on moving? Yeah, maybe next year. That's not a real answer. What does that mean, next year? January? March? June? What is it? Not asking questions that are irrelevant. We talked about this. If I'm talking about a cash out for a traditional, and they say they want to cash out, why am I asking questions about seller finance? She just told me, or he just told me he wants to cash out. Why am I asking about subject to? Why am I asking questions about carry? Oh, but I heard you, Johnny. I heard you that you can do multiple ways. It has nothing to do. She just told you she's taking a cash offer. She wants to cash out. And that's what they hang up on you guys, because start asking questions that are not relevant to what she just told you. I am interested in a cash offer. Asking bad questions. Not listening. Not taking notes. Thank you, Richie. Let me write this down. Let me take notes of this. Not digging. Why is it important? Why are you selling this property? Why is it so important to you? You want a cash offer? These are mistakes that people make on the fact finding. They're not asking. Not asking what are the value. What's more important to you? The cash offer to get top dollar. Number 8, never discovering how they make decisions. Let me ask you, Richie, the last time you sold a property or the last time you made a big decision like this, how did you make it? Did you make this with your husband, or you always make decisions like that by yourself? Oh, with my husband. Great. Where's your husband at? You have to find out how people make decisions. Same thing if you're buying a property, you're representing a buyer. When you're gonna make, have you ever made a purchase of $700,000? No. Okay, then when you make big purchases, do you do them by yourself, with your husband, or your wife? Who? We make big decisions with our family. Great. Let's get your husband, let's get your family together, and let's get them all on the same page. So you're
Johnny,
not driving around. Yeah, go ahead, Raymond.
how do you overcome when you're trying to fact find and they just want to hear the number?
Ask the question. What is the number is going to be suitable for you? What number are you looking for? So I don't waste your time. Mr. Seller, Raymond, let me ask you. When you would say you want a cash offer, what's the number you're looking for? Tell me a number, Raymond, or tell me it's none of my business.
Yeah, I mean, it's none of your business.
And I agree with you, Raymond. And I get it, and I'm with you. It's none of my business. The reason I'm asking you what's your number is because I don't want to waste your time and my time. Let me ask you again. What's the number you're looking for so I don't waste your time? Because you are a businessman, correct?
Right.
Awesome. So make sure I don't waste your time. What number are you looking for?
I'm not going to tell you.
Okay. And I agree with you. You're not going to tell me. What I don't want to do is waste your time. Right now, looking at your property, there's a roof missing on that house. So let me ask you, are you prepared to fix that roof so I can send you an adequate, what's it called, offer?
I don't have the money to fix it.
What was that again?
I don't have the money to fix my roof.
Okay, when you say you don't have money to fix the roof, what does that mean?
I've gotten quotes and I can't afford it.
Okay, awesome. So what number are you looking in order to get rid of that property?
Well, I have 10 offers right now, but I'm not going to tell you what it is.
Awesome. Okay. So if it's missing that roof, right now I'm looking at houses where roofs are 250 right now in your area. Is that correct?
I don't know. You're the expert.
Okay. So have you looked at other properties in the area?
Yeah, I see them every day.
Okay, great. So right now houses, Raymond, with the roof are 250. You're missing a roof. And you're aware of that, correct?
I am. So if a roof costs me $20,000, are you going to give me 230?
I will submit an offer for you. Let me ask you, will that 230, will that close the deal with you?
I mean, maybe. I'd have to go over it with my wife, but
Okay, awesome. When you see your wife, so you're not the only decision maker here.
I am, but I just want to get her second opinion.
Okay, so if I was to send you a 230, would you move forward with me?
Possibly.
Okay, when you mean possibly, what does that mean? Is that a yes or a no?
It depends on the terms.
It's going to be a straight cash offer, Raymond. 230.
I got to think about it.
Okay, and I'm with you. When you say you mean to think about it, is that like in 3 minutes, 5 minutes, or 10 minutes?
Maybe like tomorrow. You can check back tomorrow.
Okay, awesome. I'll follow up with you tomorrow. But let me ask you right now, so I don't waste my time tomorrow. It's 230. The number is going to work with you.
We'll find out tomorrow.
Okay. So I'm going to send you a 230 offer. Are you okay with the 230 then?
Yeah, you can send it. I'm not going to sign anything until my wife gives me the okay and my lawyer reviews it.
Okay. And thank you for sharing with that information with me. First, you say your wife, now you're an attorney. When you say attorney, what does that mean? Is there problems with the property?
No, I run everything through my cousin who's a lawyer. He reads contracts for me.
Okay. So right now, even if I send you a 230, you're going to need your wife and your cousin to look over the offer?
Right.
Okay. So it's not about you making a decision right now, 230, correct?
Right.
Okay, awesome. I'll send you the offer then. I will follow up with you. And you move on to the next one, Raymond.
Yeah, I like that. You
Sounds good.
get straight to the point, and then like you, and then you're gonna see whether or not this is worth wasting your time on, right? And then send it, shoot it off, and then just follow up, and you already know where they stand.
Yeah, he didn't tell me no. First there was the wife, then an attorney showed up, then the cousin. So he's not even the decision maker. There's so many of it. I need to move on. Send it. Because we'll talk about the follow-up. Because remember I told you guys, the money is in the follow-up. And this is where I'm listening to him. He just told me that he has to go through all those people to make a decision. I need to move on. I'm not talking to a decision maker. What happens a lot of time with you guys, you can't keep digging. And then when people tell you, didn't you freaking listen to me already? Didn't I tell you I have to talk to my cousin and my wife? He's not telling me no. He's giving me instructions, send the offer and follow up with me. You got to respect people's time. He's not the decision maker. Stop getting caught up on that call. You need to move on because the money is in the follow. And your competition sucks about it. Anyways, by the way.
Hey, one quick thing on that previous, go back, Johnny. The one I would give 9, and lots of us fail to do this, and this is a master skill. You need to build as fast as you can. 9 would say not being able to pivot. Not being able to pivot would be 9. Because you get it in your head that, oh, well, the script says I have to lead in with a 7-day cash offer. And then you go and you call them and you say, oh, ring, ring. So if I got your house sold in 7 days, would that be a problem? And they say, yeah. And you're like, so 7 days wouldn't work for you. Like, listen to them. Okay, so since 7 days doesn't work for you, what would be the best timeline? How much time would you need, Mr. Seller? 30 days? Would 2 weeks work? Are you in there? Are you not in there? But what we fail to do is that pivoting part. Because the scripts teach you what to say, but you need to have enough wherewithal, enough awareness to be able to pivot and see where the conversation goes. So be willing to pivot.
In the fact finding, it's going to help you identify the needs. Tell me about your current handle. How many employees do you have? There's more for business. What are you currently doing now to sell the property? How much are you currently spending on? Is that costing you? And you got to identify that for tenants. How much is that costing you right now? That's what his number 4 is. You're currently spending on. For you guys in real estate, you're talking to a tenant, how much is this it's costing you? And do the math. Number 5, what do you wish you could change about your current situation right now? Because the scene has been in the market for 3 months as an expired. What is the biggest opportunity with how much would it be worth it if you were able to fix that? If I was to fix everything, Raymond, if I was to give you a cash offer by tomorrow at 2:30 and take the property without no roof, would there be anything else stopping us from doing business together?
No.
There it is. Send the offer. How much time would this save you, Raymond? Instead of waiting for tomorrow, getting this done right now on this phone call.
24 hours.
Mm-hmm. But you have to ask the questions. You got to identify what the needs are. Why are they selling the property? Why people are looking to buy a home right now? This is huge. Go ahead, Richie. This is identifying behaviors. Rich is really good at this. How they behave on the phone calls. Are there D drivers? You know what I mean? Are these guys have the F gene? You know what I mean? So he's really good at identifying what kind of behavior you guys have.
Guys, after you do enough calls, and I speak about this, but like, yes, you need to get through the scripts, but the best thing you can do is connect with whoever is in front of you. The only way to be able to do that is not by having to think about what you have to say. The only way you get to not having to think about what you say is by having the different questions, and that's why you have to practice and do your homework outside of what you do. But identifying behaviors, and I just want to throw this one. It might have came from a few pages ago, but it's like, have you ever made a bad decision before? And they'll say, so for example, I had a terrible realtor, and then you say, I'm with you, and I get it. And can you tell me more about that? Well, they did this, this, and this, and this, and I just had a bad realtor. And you're like, and I'm so sorry to hear that, because that's so common these days. And that's exactly why I'm calling you. Well, have you ever had a bad meal before? But you keep eating, right? I'm that steak dinner, and I'm going to help you out getting you to the next step. But when's the last time you invested in this type of product? That's the DBM. You tried to find their dominant buying motive, which is, why have they done these things in the past? How do you typically make decisions? Now, this is me getting even deeper with it. If you hear them start to think, they're going to want details. And what I mean by that is they pause for a second. The pace is a lot slower. They're like, how? Well, that's a good question. If you're hearing that, they're a thinker. You know you need to be a little bit slower in the details matter. But if they say, well, I just do, I'm the man, whatever, then you need to pick your stuff up, because that's a whole nother thing I would have to coach you guys on. But
yeah, like Raymond right now, you just brought out that, like, you don't make decisions yourself. You have to go through your wife, and you have to go through your cousin. That's how I wasn't harping, let's close the deal now. Because I just identify by asking you the questions if you want to move forward. If I send you a 230, will you make the decision? Will you move forward with me? I just asked you the question to identify how you're going to make this decision. And you gave me a cousin and a wife.
And another one I would have liked to add to that is, well, what's stopping you from taking any of those 9 other offers? Mm-hmm. And then they say, whatever. And they say, well, what's it going to take for you to take me serious? Is it 2/3? So you don't have a roof, and Johnny got to that fact finding. But once again, these are the hard questions. We're not being assholes. We're just being stern, and we're hitting them back with the same energy to call them out on what they're saying, so you can get to where you need to get to. Because until you start talking like that, you won't find the unspoken, and you won't be able to close deals. Who else besides yourself? So that's decision maker, is your team, or so for example, this question right here, which stacks back with the dominant buying motive. Have you ever had a coach before? Have you ever bought a house before? Are you guys using this? What realtors have you used? Can you tell me what your last experience with your previous realtor was, and that's why you went FISBO? Oh, well, they didn't do anything. Well, tell me more about that. Was there any pushback from your team the last product service? So this question might even be, yeah, there was. He's fact-finding right here to see, because the thing might be the last person they purchased from didn't work, and he has some terms of feelings or ego that, yeah, we bought this product and it didn't work, and I don't want any lashback. And then you could say, well, tell me more about that. What else happened to you? How will this product service be used? And then this thing. How's a cash offer explained? What's a seller financing? What's a conventional? Do you want top dollar, or do you want cash, convenience, and speed? Which one sounds better? Oh, you want top dollar? Well, that's a listing. Go ahead, Johnny.
Okay, we'll skip the exercises for you guys. Kyle, you don't have to put this on. This is the demo, the presentation, if you want to call it. This is where you present your product. Before I show you the benefits, let me share our pricing so you can start make sense of the value proposition. That's for a listing presentation in front of it. Raymond, before I send you that offer, a 230 for that house missing a roof, I would like to share the benefits of doing business with me. Everything will be done through escrow. You will have your money in 7 days. No, I'll buy the property as is with that missing roof. How does that sound to you?
It sounds good.
Awesome. The reason I want to share this, I want to make sure that we're on the same page and you're happy and this is a win-win, you getting the 230 for that property. We're good on the 230 then, if I was to send you this offer?
Yeah, we're good.
So start speaking like that to these clients. You're a professional now. And people tell me like, oh, so you have everything set up. I'm like, yeah, very structured. I come from corporate. Corporate, you don't wing anything. Remember, I used to work Coca-Cola, Monster, and Dr. Pepper. These companies literally sell poison. But what makes them so successful to this day and profitable, they have systems and process in place, and they don't deviate. And they sell the benefits of their product, especially with Monster. Will wire you up. This is the reason why you should buy a can. It makes sense of the product. Why should people list with you? Why should they pay you 6%? Pre-closing extensions. My goal is to get your company and your product delivered instant by this day. My goal is to get you paid in 7 days and get your money in your bank by November 31st. How does that sound, Raymond? See how you're just already creating that in their mind. My goal, Mr. Seller, is that we start signing. As soon as you sign this listing agreement, this property will be sold before Christmas by December 25th. Man, this guy already has his dates. Yes, I'm a professional. I've done this before. The whole, I think I can sell it by December. Maybe. I think the market, the way things are, we might get an offer in 2 weeks. So do you know? You don't know. What is it? You gotta be sure exactly how you guys are speaking to these people.
One thing on one thing that you may be missing is in that piece, the thing you have to exceed more than anything is certainty and confidence. These people are looking for certainty and confidence. And I think I can get your house. I know I can get your house sold based on this and this. And another one would be, wouldn't it be nice for these calls to stop? And, instead of you're still playing realtor 2 weeks from now, I'm bringing a signed offer contract in 2 weeks. Because you've had this thing listed for 6 months. Wouldn't it be nice? That's another thing you could say.
And when you're already in the demo and you're already there in the listing agreement, I always give them options. If this doesn't work with you, if in 30 days you're not happy with me and I'm not happy with you, we can cancel anytime. Give them multiple solutions. I always write, actually, Richie, you see my contract. I always put in my listing agreements, cancel at any time. You just got to make a phone call if you're not happy because I'm giving at the demo. This is the product we're going to list for 3 months. I'm going to put in the date here. But this is the option I'm giving you. For any other reason right now, you tell me tomorrow you decide that we're not moving forward, this is not the right product, you can cancel anytime. We can walk away. You gotta give them multiple solutions that they're not stuck with the, oh my God, they just put me in a contract, an agreement, I can't get out. Let's keep them at ease, all right? This is a good one, dude. Always assume the buyer's in the wrong product.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, I read that too. I was like, oh.
Yeah, always assume that seller's in the wrong product. Yeah. So Raymond, do you understand what that means?
About the assuming they're in the wrong product.
Yeah.
Um, maybe that they've talked to people in the past that are offering the wrong services.
Mm-hmm. Well, they probably have misleading on the cash offer. Do you understand how the cash offer works, Mr. Seller? Is that what you really want? Sell your property for 30% discount? Oh, but I heard that I can get cash in 7 days. But you do know your properties are selling for $50,000 more in your block, and we can go on the market for top dollar. I know I told you I had a cash offer, but do you even know what a cash offer is? And then I was like, well, tell me more about that. And then you start giving your benefits, the advantage. We're going to talk about that a little bit right now, for why they should do business. Now you're going to build that trust. Now I'm talking to somebody who wants the best interest for me. You're not what Richie was talking about yesterday. You're not going to be the commission breath agent or the salesperson. Use alternative prep for the close. That was awesome storytelling. Yeah. Reduce the need to shop. Let me ask you, how many agents have you talked? Have you talked about listing your property? How many websites have you gone? Besides me in here, is there any need for us to go shopping around? Because with me, you got one-stop shop. I will be providing escrow, title, and by the way, I'm gonna be putting it together with my CPA. And you telling me you need a storage container? I got you. You need to reduce everything that needs to happen with that sale. Because if they call that U-Haul and the U-Haul guy asks, "Oh, what are you doing?" "I'm moving to California." "Oh yeah, really? I'm a real estate agent. I can help you with the sale of your home." "Oh really? You could." There goes your sale. All right? Make it look like a soft sell. Smooth operator. Just like Karen, she has every answer. "Oh, you need a landscaper? I got you. You need a plumber? I got you." One-stop shop.
Yeah, hold on.
Always, yeah.
Go back. I want to give an example because it's a perfect example for you guys to learn.
Which part? Which one? Assume that the buyer.
Yeah, coming back to 3. So I call expired. She's gonna be selling her house in January for $900K. I'm fact finding. She tells me that she wants to buy a $500,000 single story. Her current house is beautiful, and she's telling me all the things she wants. And this is the other big thing that me and Johnny are on. Show them. Don't just tell them. You need to show them. And I look at all the homes in the area that she wants to send, and she asks for something she could fix up. I send her all the best homes I think that would be in that itinerary. And guess which one she ends up liking? She likes the ones that are flipped and modern and beautiful. So it's just like she has no idea what she wants. But until you start to show people what they want or start giving them options, they're going to be spinning their wheels, and you're going to be taking them to 95 different showings, and you're going to be sad. So the best thing you can do is show that. Just always show them, and then you start to get a read, because now what are you doing? You're collecting data on their purchasing behaviors. So you're getting an idea, because they said one thing, but they're showing they like another thing. So is people tell you one thing and they do the complete opposite? So you have to give them options and show them different things versus just assuming, okay, this person knows exactly what they want. They might not. So you're good, Johnny.
They really know what they want. What do you think they called you? What do you think they're picking up their phone? Because they don't know exactly what they want. Always use what's uncovering the fact finding to with the demo. What that means, everything you found out from the fact finding to put the product. So you're telling me you need cash in 7 days. So you're telling me you're losing your house. So you're telling me right now that you don't have money even to buy lunch. So you're in desperate needs. You're right now hurting for money. Yes. Okay. So the cash offer is the best product I have for you right now and get you paid in 7 days. And the reason I'm asking you this question, and the reason I'm offering you the seven days cash offer is because you just told me you needed money in 7 days. So everything they tell you in fact finding, you use that to close and the presentation to put them in the right product.
That's very powerful, because now if you don't fact find and you don't ask the right questions, the thing you will not have is you won't be able to tie them down. because it's not you telling them anymore. It's not you convincing them anything. You're not doing any telling, any convincing. No, Mr. Seller, you said if I listed your house at 2%, I took care of the showings, only showed your house on Sunday between 10 and 12 with pre-qualified buyers, did one open house for 2 Fridays, that this is the reason why you would sell. And they say, oh yeah, that is what I said. Okay, so is there anything else stopping you? No, you're absolutely correct. And another way to spin that with the fact finding is you find out they need to net $200,000 for the house. You're saying, okay, so how much do you need to walk away with? They say, I need 200. And then you say, so what's your plan? And this is a question you should be seeding, especially with some of these expired listings. So, I'm just curious. And remember those words. You want to add that in before you're asking hard questions. I'm curious softens the blow. It's like one of marketers' favorite things to add into what they're saying. I'm curious, what's your plan B if, let's just say, we get this thing listed and you get 190? And don't be afraid of them saying, oh, well, you said you were going to get me 200. No, you just say, hey, I'm just curious. What do you think you would do if you got like 190? You let them answer, and they say, I don't know. They have to look at it. So now you're getting an idea. Because I've had people that have gone, I have the listing, they say they want a net 200, I didn't do the, what's your plan B? And then all of a sudden they change their mind and they say, no, I'm only going to sell this thing for 215, and it takes all this more time to get the home sold. And you need to ask yourself, if this person's super hard-headed and super set on this price, is this somebody I want to deal with? So through the fact finding, you can now see this stuff. So if a price reduction or something like that happens down the line, you're already ahead of it, and you've already spoken about this, and you have something to come back to and anchor to and say, hey, remember when we met and we talked about this, and we would try your price for the first 3 weeks, and if it didn't do that, we would go back to this price to get your home sold, because I know we can sell your house. They say, yeah. It's like, okay, well, you told me it was important to be in Arizona by XYZ date because your sister and this, and this, and then they're like, oh, yeah, right. But if you don't have any of that information, you're not going to have anything to come back with them to, and it's going to be painful. So you're good, Johnny.
All right. Yep. So this is the question I always ask you guys: your product. But not all of you guys do cash offers, right? If you're doing cash offer, do you know the features, advantage, and benefits of doing business with you with the cash offer? So I will highly suggest, if you have a traditional listing right now of like with Larry, if he's doing a loan with Larry, what are my features, advantage, and benefits of doing business with him? So I'll let you guys take we'll take 3 minutes, 5 minutes around this. I want you guys to write down a product that you have, and let me know what are the features, advantage, and benefits of doing business with you with that product. And I'll give you guys an example here. The product is the water. The features is a 9.5 alkaline. Advantage, it's healthy with pH levels. Benefits, it's disease-free. What are my features and advantage or benefits of doing a cash offer with you, Raymond?
We offer time and convenience. We can close in.
What are your features?
We can close in less than 7 days. So you don't have to have any inspection reports, no contingencies.
But remember, you go through here. A feature is a distinct attribute. That's what a feature is. An advantage, what's a favorite position? And a benefit, what's a profitable gain?
So
in a cash offer, what is your feature? What is a distinct attribute that your cash offer has?
So the feature, distinct attribute.
Mm-hmm.
Too deep of a word for me. That's too deep words.
An advantage, correct?
Okay, an advantage.
An advantage, there is no financial hassles. Like there's no the advantage of whole position that there is no appraisal.
Yeah, no appraisal. You don't have to do walkthroughs on your buyer directly. I'll purchase it as is in as is condition.
Okay, what are the benefits?
You don't have to do you don't have to do any repairs.
No repair, no conditions, correct. Okay, so you're missing the features then.
Features. So features would include quick close,
Quick close, correct.
hassle-free.
Yes, it'll be a 7-day quick close, correct. So this is where it gets very, that's the next level of selling, Raymond. Mr. Sellers, let me walk you to my features, advantage, or benefits of doing business with me with the cash offer. One of the features is that you will get, it will be a 7-day transaction. Benefits is that I'll buy the property as is. The advantage is that we don't even have to wait for a lender. There's no contingencies at all. How does that sound, Raymond?
That sounds good.
Awesome. Let's move forward. Let's make this a win-win. Can't wait to wire the money and get you paid in 7 days. Let me ask you before I leave, do you have other properties that you're selling?
I don't, but my cousin might be selling.
Okay, then we'll go from there. You see how that conversation is much easier. We're like, hey, you want a cash offer? Okay, what does that consist of? Well, you know that like you see on the TV. I'll give you a cash offer. Okay. Everybody's offering me a cash offer. Why are you so unique? Why should I do business with you? It was a different conversation, Mr. Raymond. I got a cash offer for you. To make sure I don't waste your time or my time, let me walk you to the features and advantage or benefits of doing business with me, with my product and my company. Let me ask you, you got 5 minutes right now so I can walk you through these features, advantage, and benefits of doing business with me, with my company, and the 7-day cash offer. Because I don't want to waste your time. Next level stuff, bro. But we have it all here. In order for this to work, all this we're sharing with you guys, it has to be done in the role play. 7 a.m. That's why I don't stop. 7 days a week, 365 days. Because I don't expect you guys to be talking like that in 30 days, 60 days. I know it's all Richie. I keep pushing him. I started with 6 months, 9 months. Now I'm at 1 year. 1 year.
Let's just call it a year and a half it took me to learn.
Yeah. So I understand this. By the way, guys, stop brainstorming stuff. Use a tool called ChatGPT. All you have to put is traditional real estate. What are the features, advantage, and benefits of doing closing, getting top dollars in certain city? I'll give it to you guys. And what you guys do is you keep that features, advantage, and benefits next to you. The more you start talking like that, it's naturally going to come out. But it comes with training.
Ooh.
Demo.
ChatGPT is wonderful.
What does it say? Share to me. Which one did you put?
I put up VA home loan. What are the features, advantages, and benefits of VA home loan? Features are no down payment required, competitive interest rate.
Talk to me like that. Okay, Larry, I get it, man. Yeah, but what will make you different? What's the difference me doing business with you?
Well, the features, advantages, benefits of doing business with me, Johnny. I know that you served in the military, and I can get you, with that fact, I can get you a VA home loan. There's a lot of there's some features, advantages, and benefits to that. Would you like to hear about them?
I would like to share this with you.
I would like to share the features and advantages.
Yeah, don't ask me because I'm looking for you to educate me because you're the professional. Because if you ask me, then I would have known. I'd be like, well, why are you asking me? That's the whole point. I'm on the phone with you. So let me share them with you so you can have this information. So you're telling them because you always want to control the conversation. Never give them control. First, loses control of the conversation, loses the sale.
Okay. So hey Johnny, I'm going to tell you the features and features, advantages, and benefits of the VA home loan that you qualify for.
Oh, okay.
No down payment required, competitive interest rates, no private mortgage insurance, flexible credit requirements, assumable loan, limits on closing costs, funding fee. The advantages are affordable home ownership, built-in safety guards, streamlined refinance options, no loan limits. That was effective, Johnny, in 2020. Reduced risk of foreclosure. So the benefits are we have cost savings, accessibility to active duty and veterans, reliance and competitive rates, support and when you have financial hardship, and generational benefits as well.
So you don't have to fine tune those. Like one of the advantage about that loan, if I'm listening, because there's county limits, all right? Like in Riverside, I think it's 750,000. Johnny, one of the advantage of having a VA loan, especially you in Riverside, you're looking at properties at 850, 900,000. What this loan does to you is you will not have any loan limits. That's the advantage of getting this loan. You have advantage than any other traditional loan out there because traditional loans have loan limits. That's huge right there, bro. No loan limits because you already know you're tapped out a certain amount of money. Anything above that, the borrower has to come up with the rest of it. Especially you, Johnny, you're looking at properties at 900. This is the loan for you. Because this what it does. It's the loan will be funded. You only have to come out with zero down, correct? The VA. And we're going to go above the loan limits. And what that means is that you don't have to come up with the difference. But you found out through walking me through the features, advantage, of benefits. Yeah, dude, it's a whole next level stuff. So awesome.
Good content to post on social media. I know that.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's the other thing too. So remember, in social media, you want kind of create a lifestyle. You're a human being. You are Larry. Put your family and stuff like that. Second, you want the second column you want, because there's three columns. The second one you want to do value. Bring value through your clients, through the people that your ideal client. And we'll talk about this tomorrow when I do the marketing workshop. The third one should be a CTA. What's your call to action video? Because if you start doing call to action videos, what's going to end up happening is here comes Larry asking me to click on the link. All I see is Larry keeps saying, click the link below, click the link below. Here he comes. But it'll be nice to hear from Larry letting me know what are my features, advantage, or benefits of buying today in November or upcoming year. And everything, like you said, it's the beauty of a ChatGPT. And by the way, if you look at ChatGPT, you saw how you did that, Larry? By the way, Kyle, you don't have to record this and send it out. You can delete this. Larry, when you because you just typed it, all right, in ChatGPT, tell ChatGPT to give you 5 reels regarding features, advantage, or benefits of a VA loan, and make the reels 7 seconds long, and it'll spit them out for you with scripts.
Amazing. Yeah, guys, ChatGPT's amazing. I'm a tech person. I don't think I started using it until like a month and a half ago, but I love it. And two things, even though we're going to be going over this tomorrow. On social media marketing, you're either educating or you're entertaining. If you're not entertaining, well, then you need to be educating. But if you're both, like if you guys follow my story, I'm crazy in some and then I'm educating in the other part, but it's because I can do it. But those are the two things you want to be doing. You don't want to be consuming social media. You want to be making content.
2 types of people: the consumer and the creator. And if you want to know you're a consumer, pull up your phone, go to settings, and setting, put screen time. And they'll tell you exactly where you spend your time on. If you're wondering if you're a consumer or creator, that's going to give you a reality check. Where are you spending your time on your phone? Gil, this remember I told you this was going to come on the training?
Yeah.
When you're there, especially with Larry too, Larry just told me exactly what the VA loan is, the advantage of it. I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued because I'm in Riverside. I'm loan limits are very 700, but he just told me there's no loan limits, and I'm looking at the 900s. Now I'm excited. So the next question, or Larry has to ask me is, Johnny, have you seen enough information to make the decision to move forward and let's get you qualified? You have to ask that question. When you're at the kitchen table, when you have that listing agreement, and we're getting to the close right now, you have to ask Mr. Seller, have you seen enough to make a decision, move forward with me? Johnny, but I'm going to lose the sale. I shouldn't ask that question. First of all, they haven't signed anything. You don't have anything. Because this question I love to ask, because if you tell me no, the question is, I appreciate it and thank you for sharing. When you say no, please tell me more. What have you not seen to move forward with me and list this property? Because at the end of the day, like I always say, guys, nobody invites you to a kitchen table to chit chat. You guys have to be aware of that. And I haven't shared this enough. When I went to this listing appointment, there's only 3 things that are going to happen in that kitchen table. The first one, and I always tell people this, before we sit down, Mr. Seller, there's only 3 things that are going to happen here. I think Melissa has heard me say it. The first one, it's, you're going to hire me. We're going to be hugging it because I can't wait to work for you. The second one is that you're not going to hire me. And that's going to be tough because now I have to go back and tell my family and my kids that you didn't hire me. And the third one, we're not going to do business. I'm going to decide if we're not fit or not. Are you okay with those 3 things? Because all those are only 3 things are going to happen after we get off this appointment. And hopefully it's not the one that you don't hire me, because my kids are waiting me. They're waiting for me. They can't wait to hear their dad just got a new listing. And if you say no, I'm going to break their heart. And by the way, I know a guy for sure. I've seen it, done it. At the listing appointment, he calls his kids. He's like, "Oh, I'm only the seller here, guy. I'm about to get this listing, and I'll say hi to my daughters." I'm like, this guy, he goes deep, but he does do that.
Oh, somebody did that?
Yes, because he says it. He's like, "Hey, if you don't hire me, I'm gonna have to explain to my daughter, like, we didn't get the listing because there's only 3 things that are gonna happen here." And he's right. And if you don't hire me, it's because you haven't brought enough value. And that's why you have to ask the question. Have you seen enough to make a decision? If you have, if you're not, if you haven't seen enough, what is it that you need to see to move forward? Oh, I got to interview other agents. I get it. I'm with you. What is that do you have to see? What are you looking at an agent? Oh, well, I want to see what they're going to do. Like what? What is it that you want to see? Blah, 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 blah. All right. Thank you for sharing. If I was to solve the blah, 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 and I'll do the blah, blah, blah thing, will you move forward now? Will you stay quiet? Okay, yeah, I'll move forward. Okay, great. There's no need to see other agents. Oh, I want to see, what did they tell you? Oh, I want to see the difference. Difference of what? Your house sits on 123 Main Street. These are the comparables, and this is what I can do for you. What is it that you need to see in another agent? Because I'm here right now sitting down. I'm here sitting down with you. I am ready, confident, excited to do business with you and get this property sold. What is it that you need to see? You gotta ask those questions. If you don't ask those questions, guess who's coming behind? Guess who the next agent is? Angel, me, Richie. And we're not scared to ask the questions. Because we understand not one thing kills a deal. Because we don't even have a deal. We don't have an agreement. But you have to ask the question. And what really helps is role playing this question, and it'll be done at 7 a.m. Johnny, I would like to role play the part when I sit down with that seller on the kitchen table and asking you the questions. Have you seen enough information to make a decision, move forward with me? Gil, did I even stutter when I asked you yesterday? Have you heard enough to make a decision, move forward with us?
No, it was a smooth close.
You could have told me no. And I agree with you, you told me no. But let me ask you, Gil, what is it that's stopping us from moving forward? And you're going to have to answer me because I'm there with you now. Because I want to make sure that if I need to work on my product, on my delivery, I need to ask the question there now.
You handled all my objections yesterday.
So that's why you got to ask these questions here. And you got to ask this in the kitchen table. But the only way you guys are going to get at this is by practicing every single day. It takes 12 hours to get rusty on this. All right? Role playing. Let me see if I decided when. Okay. Let's talk about the close. Present an offer to every buyer. Present an offer to every seller. Every time, every situation. No exceptions. And what I mean by that is you cannot go to an listing appointment and not take a listing agreement. Johnny, we're not ready. I already told you we're not ready. I understand. I get it. Here's my listing agreement. When you say you're not ready, you're going to be in January. You'll be ready in January. I agree with you. I'm going to go ahead and date the agreement for January 5th, 2025. Let me ask you, is there anything else stopping us? You always submit the offer. Oh, we're not ready until March. March what? 25th. Great. March 25th, 2025. When March 2025 is, there's no need for me to come here. As a matter of fact, today I'm going to actually start and get us ready for March 25th. And there's no need for me to come back. I'm just going to give you the phone call. The agreement starts on March 25th, 2025. Let me ask you, Larry, will there be anything else stopping us from moving forward today?
No, we ready, bro. Go ahead.
Okay,
March
awesome.
25th.
So we're good with March 25th, signing the agreement and moving forward?
Yes, sir.
Always present an offer. It doesn't matter what situation it is. Oh, we're not signing anything. We're not signing anything. We're not. I'm not signing it. I get it. Let me ask you, what's stopping you from signing? But when we get, oh, I don't want to be pushy. You always submit an offer, and that's the agreement. These are the requirements in order to close somebody. If somebody tells you no, if somebody tells you I need to talk to my wife, is because you've done a poor job on the fact finding. Because in the close, in order to close somebody, you have to have a decision maker. And that's when the role play, we always ask, are you the only decision maker? Number two, a withhold. That means as a buyer, do you even have a job in order to buy a home? Like Larry was talking to me about the VA loan. If I just got out of the military, great. I understand the VA loan. But Larry needs to find out, do I even have a job? That's the power. All right. Sold on the product. They have to be sold on the cash offer. They have to be sold that they're willing to wait 45 days or 60 days in order to close that deal. Number four should be in the one, believe in you. I share with you guys, every time I used to go to a listing appointment, I'm a badass. This is my listing. This is me. I'm meant to have it. I believe in it. It's me. I'm the right person for this property to list it and get top dollars. Confident in the product. Are you confident enough that you're going to be able to close in 7 days? Are you confident enough that you're going to be able to sell for top dollar? If you're not confident, you're not going to be able to close somebody. Written offer. You want a written offer. I'm going to tell you guys, not a digital one. Written. Take it with you and they tell you, oh, I do digital. Okay, great. Send it to them in an email. Wait for them to sign on the spot. Now when I leave, I need you to sign the DocuSign right now. Urgency. We need it now. Oh, we're going to wait later on. Later on, what's stopping you from doing it right now? What do we have to wait? I got the agreement right now. It's here. Was it there to wait? Oh, I have to talk to my wife. Oh, in my head, I don't have the decision makers here then. That's why I can't close. You have to have urgency, and it needs to happen right now. You want to go over this one, Richie?
Yeah.
Assuming is a deal killer.
Yeah, and another piece on that, the magic of any deal is pain, motivation, urgency. If you have pain and motivation, but you don't have the timeline, well, that you're making a mistake. So that like when you're first beginning and you're making your calls and you're going back and you're self-reflecting on the call and you ask yourself, if you have those three things on the top of your journal and you don't have the answers to it, well, you know you made a mistake because you didn't get their pain, you didn't get their motivation, and you didn't get the timeline. And even if you book an appointment, because sometimes you get appointments easy. Well, what's their pain, motivation? And then you'll know that's a clear indicator you didn't do fact-finding well enough. So then what do you do from there? You write down the questions that will get you there. Okay, what's your timeline on a scale of 1 to 10? How fast would you like to get this sold? And then what was their pain? What's their pain? Put some pain questions for the pain and motivation on there. You practice that stuff. Same thing with motivation. Why would you sell? Why would you do this? Why now? So this is a big one. Uncertainty is the deal killer. Mr. Seller, what are you not certain about? Well, you know, Trump's getting in office and, you know, Ukraine just shot off. What happens if I'm homeless? Or this one, me, Gil, and John here. Oh, I'm selling because the water's going to disappear in Las Vegas. Where's all the water going to go? Or I'm not buying there. Where's all the water going to go? Oh, well, what do you know about water? Because we get that one too, but that happens in Vegas. Other than that, other than us running out of water, what's your real concern? Other than the Ukraine war and World War III on the brinks of things happening, what's your real concern? On a scale to 1 to 10, how do you feel about getting your house sold in 21 days? Or on a scale to 1 to 10, how would you feel if you were able to spend this Christmas with your kids and you don't have to do this all alone and we could get your home sold? There's still time to be in New York with your kids for Christmas. If everything was right, would you do it? What's not right? If everything I've said so far sounds great, what don't you like that I've said so far? What don't you like? What don't you feel comfortable with? You go with that. If you don't sell, what are you going to do? I'm just going to rent my property out. And that's almost like a plan B question. Well, what will you do? Well, and this is a mistake that people make. Well, I'm just going to rent it out. And then you just assume in your head that that's real because that's what they said. And then that's where I always like following up. Well, you had this thing listed. If you would have got this property sold, like I get you can rent it out. You can always rent it out. You already own the property. But why would you not want to rent it out? Well, I'm getting sick and tired of this neighborhood. And it's that piece right there where once again you're probing and you're challenging them to make sure if that's what you want because you're trying to serve them and give them value. Have you ever made a bad decision? Yeah, the last realtor I hired sucked. It was my wife's friend. It was my son's friend. I was helping my friend out. I don't even talk to him anymore. And I get you. I agree with you. But have you ever had a bad meal before? But you still continue to eat, right? And you smile. You force yourself to smile. Smile. And then, is there any other reason why? Is there any reason why you would change your mind? Is there any reason why, I get you a buyer in the next 7 days and you're telling me you want to do this, this, and this. Is there any reason why you say, Richie, you've been amazing, but I am going to decide to stay? No? All right, perfect. You got a deal. But if you don't find out the uncertainty or the unspoken, or, Angel loves this one, and Johnny uses this one a lot, do you trust me? Until you get to that piece and get them speaking, no, I might have another agent, I might have another, you don't have a deal. So you have to find out what they're not certain about, and that's, and ways how? What do you mean by that? When you say that, how important is it to you? Can you tell me more? And that's how you get to those answers. And they're all very simple questions, and they're all on the objection handling script, but it's getting there. You want to continue, Johnny?
Yeah, this is your favorite one. These are your objections ones. Because you are launching the Friday one, correct?
Well, no, we're gonna do that next Saturday.
Okay, the objection handler. Okay.
Yeah, that's the workshop I've been wanting me and Johnny to do forever, and Johnny wanted me to come up with an offer for this weekend. So I said, Johnny's making me do this. Well, I'm about to get some buy-in from him. I'm getting Johnny's skin in the game. So, objection strategies. The first thing you guys need to do, you got to listen. I think realtors are stupid. I get it. I'm with you. Acknowledge it. Yeah. I'm in total agreement. And then isolate. Other than realtors being stupid, what other concerns would you have for not selling your house? And then they say, well, other than realtors being stupid, I'm actually worried about interest rates because I have a 7.5 insurance rate and such and such and such. And then you say, so is that and then you would come to validating, is that the only thing stopping you from selling your house right now? And they say, yes, interest rates. So now we're going to go into the close. So interest rates just went up to 7.2. But you happen to be in great hands right now. If I was able to get seller concessions and get them to buy your rate down so you're at a 6, is there anything stopping you from moving forward? No? Okay, great. Sign here and here. And that's all on script, so you guys don't have to worry about that. That whole form is on the objection handling script.
Yeah, this is the sequence where objections need to be handled. Listen, acknowledge, isolate, validate, determine what it is, what the concern are, and then you close. And we'll show you guys right now the script that we have to handle objections. This one too. This is your alley, Richie. I know you love this.
Yeah. So objections fall into 5 categories. Is it the product? Is it a cash offer? Is it top dollar? Is it the time? Do you not want to show your house? If it's time, hey, I'm thinking about listing in January. Okay, great. What's important to you about January? Well, we're going to be spending Christmas doing this. And I'm going to probe again instead of just accepting that they said, hey, I'm going to be willing. I'm waiting until January because you're being a nice person. You're being a nice person and you don't want to invade their privacy. The thing you need to say is, hey, so if I could get you that $900,000 in the next 2 weeks, what would you still be waiting until January? And then based on that, thing, because now you have to be listening, they might say, and this is where you're going to find out their motivation with how serious they are. If you're going to turn this into a sell this month or you're going to turn it into a sell in January, they're both good, right? But you're trying to collapse time. And then they might say, well, if you could get my house sold in 3 weeks and I could be in my new house by January, yeah, I'm all for it, because I think interest rates should be coming down in January. So I think that timing's perfect.
I don't even know what that is.
But yeah, okay. A stall could be, I don't know, I need to talk to my wife. Okay, great. And I'm with you, and I want you to talk to your wife. Can you tell me more about that? Well, my wife's the decision maker. Yeah, and she should be the decision maker, and she's the boss, right? I'll probably make a joke right there. She's the boss, and do you guys always make decisions together? And then I'm even going to fact find more, and I'm going to ask them, well, what's your wife want to do? Because whatever they say, when they say, well, I need to talk to my wife, I need to talk to my husband, I need to talk to whoever, it's just a stall. But the objections they have in their head is what they're using that to throw you off. So, well, does your wife even want to get this thing sold? Blah, blah, blah. How important is it to your wife? And then you can go to, all right, great. Is your wife going to be there? Does she want to get this thing sold? Because you're searching for motivation in these questions. Money, well, I don't think I can get top dollar for my price right now. Well, let's find out. This house just sold down the street from you for $750. You're telling me you want $752. Let's get this thing listed and get you the money. Or the other objection is, I don't have enough money to do it right now. And I agree, and I get you don't have enough money to do it right now. However, if money wasn't an obstacle, would you pull the trigger right now? And then they might say yes. And then the other thing, and then you might find out that it's not money, it's actually time, something like that. But until you start to ask those questions, and it could even be this. Well, I'm thinking about talking to other realtors, and this other realtor's thinking about listing my house for 2%, and you're trying to charge me 3%. So other than 2%, what's stopping you? If I were to get this thing listed for you at 2% right now, and because you trust that, do you trust that I can get your property sold? I know what I'm talking about, and I'm somebody you want to work with, and you can also cancel this contract whenever you want. Yeah, I trust all that. And then they say, well, actually, my daughter's going to come stay with me for 3 weeks, so that's why I don't want to sell. Okay, well, great. Like, you just found out the unspoken, but until you ask those questions, you don't know what you have in front of you. I don't know if you want to harp on that, Johnny.
So check this out. Time is made up. If somebody goes, I think Larry, he's there, but somebody can Google time. Time is made up. So that's not real. This was made up by somebody. I don't recall being in the Stone Ages, they had a clock. So that's made up. That doesn't exist. By the way, time is a concept. It's not a thing. Stall, he just told you, you don't have decision makers, just a stall there. So that's made up. And you did a poor job in fact finding. Money. Money's made up. It's not even real. So that's X'd out. The unspoken, he talked about it. You haven't asked many questions question that you're supposed to be doing relative to the sale. So that doesn't exist. All this, the reason they're not doing business, it leads back to the product. The reason they're giving you all these suggestions, because you have people in the wrong product. All this stuff right here is all made up. It does not exist. Concept. And somebody can look it up and tell me, times, the money is not even a thing. It's all made up that we created. The reason they're not doing business with you is because you're in the wrong product. It all goes back to the product. And it's not even the lead that is not motivated. How they're not motivated, they just invited you to the kitchen table. How they're not interested, they just picked up the phone. You gotta get really good at your product. Believe in your product. Know the features, advantage, and benefits of your product. That's why when people tell me I don't have money, it's made up. I don't have time, made up. All the objections they're giving you guys because you guys are in the wrong product. Okay? This is the script that we have to handle objections. You should have this page right in front of you when you role play. You gotta listen, acknowledge, isolate, validate, and then close. And that's what we always talk. It starts with listen to people. Listen to them. Brayman just told me he's not making a decision. He needs to talk to his wife. He needs to talk to his cousin who's an attorney. I get it. I'm with you. But if I send you a 230, will that be the offer you're looking for? Talk to me tomorrow. I gotta make this decision with my wife and the cousin, and they need to look it over. I need 24 hours. I'm listening. I'm listening to him. I'm not forcing it. Well, we'll sign it now. Well, give me an answer now. He just told you that. And a lot of people don't spend time here in the listening part. And we just talked about it yesterday. Listen to people, and people will sell themselves. The more questions you ask, the more people love talking about themselves. But you have to be listening to them. In order to close somebody and put them in the right product, you gotta listen. Learn to listen and shut up and let them talk. The easy person to sell, it's a salesperson because they love to talk about themselves. All right. Do you guys have this sheet? Will you guys join the membership with us? You guys have the scripts. Richie went and upgraded the script with motivation and paying questions that are relevant to now, because we're getting a lot of objections. Hey, the elections. Okay, got it. Besides the election, what else is stopping us from moving forward? Okay, there's one objection. This objection is about time, but it works for everything. Let me see, 3. Follow up. This is where the money's at. All right, I'm not signing, man. I'm not signing anything. I love what you're saying. I'm still gonna talk to other agents. I'm not signing anything. I really like you, man. Go ahead and tell your daughters you didn't get the listing. I know you gotta make that hard conversation. Good luck. I'm not doing nothing with you right now. And I already told you that we're moving forward, and I'm gonna look for something else, and we'll get back to you tomorrow. Okay. So the follow up and why people don't buy from you. It's a lack of time, personal issues, concerns about the cost, change of guards. There's no decision maker. You're in the wrong product. They're not ready now, and that's the lack of time. Not easy. Not ready to buy. I'm not ready to sell right now. I just wanted to get to know who you were. I really like what you're about, but I definitely don't want to sell now. It'll be in the future, and I don't even know what day I want to sell. I go back and I look at my fact findings. I didn't ask the questions. And the reason they're not buying or I'm not walking away with the listing agreement, I did a poor job on the fact finding. Because that's the reason we can't close them right now on the kitchen table. Because I didn't ask the question. When I go down there in the kitchen table, are you prepared to move forward with me? Well, I didn't ask the question. When I go to your kitchen table, when I meet you at 3 o'clock today, have you decided to sell the property, or am I going to go to an interview, an appointment to talk about about my company and about me? What is it? Okay. Mistakes on the follow-up.
Johnny.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what on the previous slide that like if I were to, so all those things are true, and the other big thing you guys need to understand that you're competing with is life. And because sometimes people are ready and all those objections are on there for what you're competing against. But the thing with knowing that is you need to stop creating stories in your head that, oh, I called this person and he didn't pick up, I'm not going to call them back. I would say the majority of you, if not all of you, sometimes if I were to call you, you're not going to pick up the phone call. I'm not going to take it personal and be like so sad and be like, oh my God, they don't like me anymore. It's things happen. Johnny was in the ER yesterday, ER yesterday, you know, and he's still showing up, but there's so much different things going on in life. And the more consistent you get at phone calling, that's why it's like this question gets asked, when's the perfect time to call? Once you start calling from 9 to 12 every day, or 9 to 10 and 11 to 12, and you start getting follow-ups in the evening, then you really start to realize, hey, I'm going to be calling at all times of the day. But if you only call from 9 to 12 every single day, and this is where I'm going to challenge you, I would say hit that same damn list the next following week from 5 to 8. And then you might say, well, but I spend time with my family. And if that stuff's all important to you, it should be. Your family and your life should be important to you. Don't do it every day of the week, but try 2 different days where you do commit 6 to 8 or even 5 to 6 or 7 to 8 and see how many different people pick up. And then you'll start to find, you're like, oh my God, the leads aren't that bad. I've just been calling them at the wrong time, because now when you pull another layer back, what most people work from 9 to 5. So the best times really, I think, to call people are 8 to 9 and in the evening, but the best time to call anybody is at any time, because people are always picking up the phones and have different motivation to be doing different things at different times. But don't create stories in your head about this person's ghosting me, this person's ghosting me. That's the whole point of follow-up. Go ahead, Johnny.
And these are people make mistakes when they follow up. They never make the call. They told you, like Raymond just told me, give them a call tomorrow at 12. And what I see both of you, a lot of people, is write down in their notebook, why aren't you using your CRM? Why aren't you using your Google Calendar to send yourself a task to make that call? Frequency leads to greatness. It has to be repetitive. No consistency. Do you have in your calendar that between 12 and 2, all you do is follow? Because the follow has to be done every single day. I'm going to share with you guys. I have 365 days document how to follow up on people. You wait too long to follow up. That's a mistake. The lack of reasons to call somebody. That's a mistake you make. You have no clear purpose when you call people. And by the way, we do not use the F word when we follow up on people. We do not call on our leads, and we start with, hey, I'm following up on you. No, you don't. You leave with value. Not leaving a voicemail. All right, not double dialing. Number 8, not collecting crucial data for your next follow-up. And this is huge when somebody tells you, hey, you know, I'm not selling today. Great. I understand you're not selling. Guess what? Next week, I'm calling on Wednesday. Hey, Larry, I have amazing news. There's 3 properties that actually went in the market in your block, 50,000 over the asking price of what the other property sold. Let me ask you, I understand last time we talked about it, you were waiting for your kids to be out of school. Is your kids are still in school? Yes or no? No, man, they're not. It's going to take another month. Great. Now I know I have to wait another month. Call back the following week. Great news, Larry. The 3 properties that I told you about, they're in escrow. How are we doing with your property? By the way, your kids, we got 3 weeks on them, correct? Do you haven't been in any sport or anything like that? Collect data. Yeah, man, they're doing awesome. They're in school. Okay, great. Do you haven't been in any sport? Ask questions about their kids. Call them back the following week. Larry, we just guess what? They closed escrow and I called the agents. Remember I told you they were over 50,000? Matter of fact, they sold over 60,000. I made the call and I talked to all 3 agents. Hey, did your kids win the super? Did they win the what's it called? The basketball game the last time we talked? You start collecting data. And then eventually, guess what happens in the 4th week? Larry, the kids are out, correct? Those 3 properties sold. It's your turn, Larry. Let's do this. Every time you call, you're collecting data and you're leading with value when you're calling. Johnny, this sounds exhausting. You're telling me that's how long it takes? Yes, you heard Richie yesterday. Took 2.5 years, and that client I think made him over 80,000. The money is in the follow-up.
I thank you for this because I definitely have someone who wants to sell and who has been on the fence, and yeah, I'm definitely going to be following up with sales that happened since the last time we talked.
Yeah, and I'm using that because everybody asks me, how do you follow up with people told you no, Johnny? Okay, they're not ready. I don't have the product right now. I understand that you have your kids in school, correct? Hey, Johnny, we're going through the holidays. I get it. I don't want people to be coming through my Christmas decorations in my house. I get that. But I have data. What's going on in the neighborhood? Why don't you keep them updated? Man, Larry keeps every week. I get a call from him on Wednesday. He's updating, not sending him a voicemail with text. No, I'm calling you. Larry, how was Thanksgiving to you? How was everything with the family? Last time you talked to me, says your mom was coming out of the country. How was that? I have great news with you. There's the market around your area is heating up. By the way, I just sent you an email. Can you open that email? I'm going to be giving you updates on the market. Let me ask you, what are your plans for next week, Larry? Blah, blah, blah. You tell me something. Oh, well, you know what? We're thinking of my mom. Well, now that she came over, we're going to take her here. Great. Now you got data. Oh, you're taking her here. Yeah, we're going to be going out of state. We're going to go visit my brother. Oh, when is that going on? Oh, it's going to be on Tuesday. We're thinking coming back on Wednesday or Thursday. Great. Guess what I'm doing on Thursday? Larry, how was that trip? I have amazing news, by the way. I just sent you another update on the market. How was your trip with your brother? How was the trip with your mom? Great, man. Did you guys have fun? Great, great, great. Hey, what are your plans next week? I need to get data so I can start following up on them and always lead with value. Some of you guys be like, oh my God, do I have to? Yes, that's what it takes. If you're not willing to do all these steps, get out of the business. The business will crush you. This business is not for pretenders, it's for professionals. The good thing about follow-up is that your competition sucks at it. They're horrible at it. All right, and they're not even training on that. Same thing with role playing. Monday comes, but when I ask somebody who wants to role play, Johnny, I would like to role play the follow-up. Great. Give me a follow-up. Call me. Always lead with value. Collect the data to set up your next call. All right? It takes 8 to 12 contacts for somebody to do business with you. 85% of the sales will happen on the 8th to 12th contact. I had a conversation yesterday with somebody on my one-on-ones. Johnny, this client doesn't want to do business with me and they're ghosting me. Okay, great. Miss X, let me ask you, how many times have you followed up with a person? Well, it's been like over a month. I go, no, I'm asking you, how many times have you followed up? Well, only 2 times. I go, how? By phone call or text? Well, I send an email. That's not a follow-up. You haven't even done, you did not even probably done, you haven't even only done what, 10% of what you're supposed to be doing. Why aren't you calling the person? How bad do you want this deal? Do you have their product? They're like, yes. Pick up the phone and call them. I'm scared. Okay, so you are scared then. So they're not ghosting you. You're scared. It's called mindset. Let's talk about your mindset first. Let's not even talk about people ghosting you. You have other things we need to talk about. All right. Number 9, not asking for referrals. Not organizing to store data and CRM. Reggie's doing an amazing job. I saw it with my own eyes. Every time he's talking to somebody, when he's cold calling Vulcan, as soon as he gets the contact, he's transferring. Call tools allows him to put that contact and go high level. And then what he does, he creates a task. Because you guys should be seeing every morning when you wake up is your task for the day. Who do you need to follow up? The number one thing, your job as a realtor is not to call escrow. It's to prospect. Between 8 and 12, all you should be doing is prospecting. If you don't get anything there, what goes next? Follow up. Once again, the number one job that you have to do is prospect. Read between the lines. I'm not asking you guys to check up an escrow. The property's in escrow already. Move on. Hire a TC. You're paying a TC already. They're the ones who should be giving you updates. And guess what? You do your follow-ups at 12 o'clock. Protect your time.
Two things that Johnny just did really good that it sounds very natural, but you guys may have missed it, is he keeps asking questions. Like, it's like, oh, hey, the last time we spoke, you told me about your son was going to be playing a football game. Yeah, what else happened? And what else? And that's the same thing when we're probing and we keep saying, and what else, and what else, what else? Lots of us make the mistake to, you call somebody, they say they're going to, you ask them why they're selling, they're going to Arizona, and you drop the call right there. You have to keep going and going and going, and then after there's nothing else, then you have some meat to whatever you're trying to do. And then another stat, which I think I might be wrong on it, but it's only like 2 or 3% of your of the first call ever will you close a deal. The majority is all in that follow-up. We used to have a form, but so now when you think about that, why is that applicable? Well, because now if you're always calling new list and new list and new list because you're just looking for a new list of a new phone number of a person to call, the numbers aren't really in your favor, and that's why follow-up's good. That's why you need to be following up and dripping with these people, and these people finally start to pick up the phone because they say, who the hell is this number that keeps calling me? Sorry, you're good, Johnny.
All right, Richie, if you want, it's online. You can Google it and find out how long does it take to convert a sale, and they'll give you the numbers so you can put it in the chat.
Your customers will also look forward to your phone call when you're providing them value.
What was that, Gil?
Your clients will also look forward to your phone call when you're providing value.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it'll be an exciting phone call.
Yeah, definitely. And ask them about, like, okay, well, next week, you know what I mean? And then I'm not going to follow up. What are your plans, especially the holidays? What are your plans after Thanksgiving? Oh, you know, we're going to stay here. Okay, so you're on vacation. Okay, great. Now you know, because you collect the data, he's on vacation. So you got to bring that up. So when you call, okay, this guy's on vacation. You know, what do I have to bring value that he's on vacation? Well, what is it? I don't know. Probably, hey, I know you're on vacation, and last time I talked to you, you like playing golf. I would like to take you to a golf round on Wednesday. I know you're on vacation. Can I take you out for a golf call? How much is that going to be? $60, $70? I don't know, $100? I haven't golfed in 3 years, so I don't know how much it is right now. But you already know he likes to golf, and he's off on Wednesday and Thursday next week. Why can you invite him and take him out to golf? But you know those things because you're asking questions. You're asking, you're getting data to when you make the phone call, you could leave with value. A lot of people, well, you told me to call and follow up. I'm like, yeah, but you missed the whole workshop. Did I tell you just to follow up because you have to check the box? These are the tools that I'm always asking people. When you say you follow up, how did you follow up? Oh, I made a call. Okay, so you just made a call then. So let me ask you, you follow them on Instagram, you follow them on Facebook, you follow them in TikTok. Why wouldn't you send them a message in Facebook? Oh, I don't want to be that person. Be the person of what? All you're doing is following up, bring value. The reason you're not following up is because you don't believe in your product. That's another workshop. It's called mindset. Totally different than this. And we'll have that one too. So two follow-up, phone call, text, email, handwritten letter. My favorite one. I used to go to a liquor store, get a Monopoly scratcher every time I talk to a seller for Facebook and expire. Thank you for your time. I do appreciate it. I used to have my little envelope. Send them a thank you card. Best of luck. Hopefully you win $1 million. And send it over. It cost me $1. You go to Target, you can get 80 of those cards. I don't know how much it is right now. But when you're there, when you're actually following up, anybody you spoke to, put it in there. Say that thank you. Thank you for taking my call. And send it off. Personal visit. A gimmick. This is my favorite one. When it says gimmick, send them an emoji. Hey, by the way, what did I tell you, Gil? Send them a picture of a missing slide. Hey, by the way, you're the missing piece for us doing business together. Be creative. There's so many things that you can do now on your phone. Go to ChatGPT. Real easy. Apologies contact. I done this. Larry saw me 3 weeks ago. I went into an apology tour. I called my past clients. I apologize. I didn't follow up with you. Let me ask you, you still buying or selling? Sure. We already bought, Johnny. Thanks a lot. And then in my eyes, I'm like, I take full responsibility. I didn't follow up. Cell phone video text. Pull up your phone instead of consuming. Record a video. Hey, this is Gil. I have amazing, great news out here. I'm actually in your neighborhood. I'm looking at properties right now. They're selling for top dollar. Would love to do the same thing with you. For your property. I don't know. Blah, blah, blah. Whatever you were talking to that individual about. Social media. I talked about that. Go on their Facebooks. Go to their Instagram. Stop being a consumer. Utilize that tool for follow-up. Photos. He's a golfer. Guess what? Send a golf. Hey, by what? Who's your favorite golfer? Oh, Tiger Woods. Okay, great. Send a picture. And guess what? Get very creative. Why don't you put a picture of him next to Tiger? I don't know. Get creative with the newsletter, blog. That's email, testimonials. Same thing what I paid yesterday with you guys. I sent it to 2 of my follow-ups. They told me, what is Academy about? I go, no, let me not tell you. Let me show you. Let me send you a video of all the testimonials of people being successful at the Academy. I sent the video over. A survey. Hey, by the way, I'm doing a survey out here. Let me ask you, for what do you rate my service when I sold the property? Oh, yeah, they fill it out. Great. Let me ask you, do you know anybody who's selling or buying right now? Tools to follow up. Yesterday, I think I got with Gil yesterday, and I send you, why don't you send your referral program? All you guys have access to be sending referral programs. Hey, by the way, I'm just following up. I just launched my new referral program. I'm actually want to impact 100 people, 100 new sellers by December 25th. When you send me a referral, you will get paid. Let me ask you, would you help me impact 100 people by December 25th? Look at that follow-up. That's value. I'm sending you. I just started my new referral program. I want to impact 100. Matter of fact, I want to help 3 families. If I help 3 families, that allows me to buy 50 toys for kids. They don't have a toy for December 25th. Would you help me impact 25 lives? You got to get creative. Here's a calendar, and I'm not going to go through each one of them. There's a day 1, day 2, day 3, 4, 5, 6. We can go on and on. You're gonna have all these documents with you guys. We go all the way to 40 days, 100 days, 200 days, 300 days. And I even give you a text. How does the phone call should go? Day 3, how does the text and the email? You guys are gonna have all this. I'm literally giving you guys pretty much everything. What I need from you guys is the commitment to follow up. Okay, this will be posted. I'll have it. Any questions regarding the sales process? You guys are good? Now you guys understand where all these madness comes in, like, oh my God, Johnny had to come up with all this. It's on the sales process. And how you get good at the sales process is by role playing. That's the key. The more you role play, the more you train. It's like in football. The more you start hitting, like Richie says when he trains, the more you train in that kick gets stronger every day. But the 90-day, you hit with that kick, it will really fuck you up.
And the thing is, it's not for everyone. Because I've been training with people for years, but because it's making small changes every single time and paying attention to the process, this is why role play is so important, because you think you're doing one thing in your head, and then we hear you, and they're like, oh, I thought I did great. No, you weren't. That looked like shit. What are you doing? And unless you have coaches or the role player, other people's feedback, you think you're this amazing person in your head, and then you hear yourself. And that's why you guys have to be so open to the coaching aspect. And the role-playing part is where you learn. And then all of a sudden, like I could be telling my coach, I'm not dropping my hand. I'm not dropping my hand. I'm not dropping my hand. I'm throwing the jab. All of a sudden, I get a black eye. What do I know? I know I dropped my hand, and my coach is right, and I didn't make the adjustment. And that's the cool thing about, and I'm not going to go off on fighting, but the cool thing about fighting is the consequences for your actions are elevated. So the consequences here are, I've been broke forever. I can't get another deal. Oh my God, I'm going to go homeless. But then the rewards could be, oh my God, I just bought 5 new properties. I don't have to look at the receipt anymore. When I go out, I can pay for the steak dinner for my friends. And it's, there's the contrast. But until you get open about, hey, this is how I need to make these improvements. And the reason why I like saying it is because there's some people where you're not supposed to punch with your pinky. And I'll correct the guy 9 million times. And then the guy literally has broken his hand twice because he keeps punching with his pinky. And he's like, I'm doing it right. No, you're not. You've broken your hand twice. And like something like that, I'm like, I can't help you. But that's the same thing here. Some of you guys are can be so stuck in your ways, and you're not open to the coaching until eventually one day you wake up and you say, oh shit, that's what they were talking about. And we're all on our timelines, but it's up to you to make the decision of how long you want it to take. So that's my ending piece on that.
Yeah, it's all this is gonna make sense because I'm gonna send you the PDF. All right, it's all gonna make sense if you role play. And pick a time. I need to role play in the follow-up. I need to role play in my greeting. I need to role play my fact finding. Johnny, let me role play the greeting. I just wanted for the next 3 minutes, all I want to role play is the greeting. How is my greeting? How's my greeting? How's my greeting? And you move into fact finding, demo, and close. But I encourage you guys. That's why every morning I ask you guys, who wants to role play? Who wants to get better? Who wants to progress? Because you showing up in the morning and turning your Zoom on with no camera, let me give you a reality check. You ain't doing shit. You're fucking wasting your time. I just have to tell you guys flat out. You're wasting your time. Not role playing, not even turning your camera on. You have your priorities totally wrong. And if you're doing this just to check the box or tell your spouse you're participating, stop lying to them. Stop lying to yourself. Players get paid. As spectators, hangovers, and they don't get paid. I encourage you guys. We're not a group, a community to be judging or embarrass you or put you down. We built this community so we can help support individuals. Because when we help and support in this industry, we get paid. It's really nice to get that $15,000, $20,000 check. But I'm telling you guys right now, if you're not getting the camera, if your camera's not on, and if you're not role playing, you're gonna be stuck in the same position you were 30 days, 2 weeks ago. The only way to get unstuck is by getting in the field and playing the game. All right, I encourage you guys, whatever you guys have that is stopping you from turning your camera on and role playing, please book a call with me, and I'll make sure that we unlock whatever is going on in your head. Because you guys already made the commitment. And you put up. Now, and we'll do that. Actually, I'm gonna go to the 13 rules of success. And the third one, first is show up. The second rule is 100%. And the third one is participate. Anything that I can do, Richie can do to support you guys to unlock that mind, please let us know. I don't have a crystal ball. And I understand my competition is NFL. Today I got college football. Some people are going to be stuck on that. Tomorrow, Rudy's going to be stuck on Raiders, so the Raiders are going to have his attention. I'm not going to have that. And I get that. You know what I mean? But I need to book.
You need to have the commitment. Like you said, you need to have the commitment, but it has to be the commitment to excellence. Once you get that, then you'll strive.
Just like the Raiders always have. That's why you love the Raiders. The excellence and commitment to get it done.
Hey, I got Jonathan here with me. He's in the car. He's in the back.
I love it.
He's doing deals right now, doing paperwork.
Let's go, Jonathan.
Good. That's good. My commitment to you, I will share everything with you guys. Everything I've done, it's to role playing. I role play 3 times a day. When I show up with you guys, I already gone to 3 calls, by the way. And Richie knows this. I'm already ahead. By the way, if you're role playing a 7, the rule is that you should cut up a 5. If my appointment is a 3, I should be ready at 1 already. So some of you guys, role play is a 7, and you get up at 6:55. You're not ready to role play. You're not. They just call it what it is. If my call is a 7, I'm up a 5. When have you seen LeBron James show up to the game and start shooting, go inside, start shooting threes? I was gonna say a quarterback from the Raiders, but they don't have a quarterback. But when have you seen athletes just show up to the stadium and play the game? They're there 4 to 6 hours prior to the game, and they warm up, they go to the drill, they go through the play, they go to shoot around, and then they play the game. Kobe Bryant was a perfect example of this. Practiced 3 times before he hit the game, before he started at 7 o'clock. So you're a professional, correct? You're a professional in this industry. Start treating it, start acting like a professional, start training like a professional. And trust me, you in the competition, I don't even like to talk about competition because all we do is dominate. But people are not doing this. Secret. Like I tell people, man, how do you do it? I just know the rules of the game. I understand to be successful in this career, I have to train. The rules are that at 2 hours, I warm up, execute the play. I'm saying the life is, but it's very simple. Once you know the rules to the game. The rules to this game, it's train every day. And I'm here to support it. I'm here every single day. 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. And I'll continue doing his because I got 8.1 people to impact, and I'm gonna do it one at a time. And every day I'm grateful and I'm blessed to do this. This for me is not work, it's a blessing. Okay? Awesome. All right. Train. And I will show you guys how to structure business. Tomorrow, we're gonna go over the marketing process. because there's a process there. Start thinking about, I'll give you guys a little preview so you guys can come back tomorrow so it's not a shocker. Kyle, you can delete all this. There's no need to put it up.
It's like, where's Kyle at? Is he in the bleachers? Where? I have bleachers in my home.
You see it? You see, there it is. Here, guys. Make sure you guys come back with
Johnny, is this gonna be the
this
same hours, like today?
same time. Yes.
It's gonna take the same hours like today,
Yes.
tomorrow? Okay.
Mhm. So we need you guys in with. There it is. It's building your brand. Do you know your mission statement? Do you know your vision statement, mission statement, your core values, your tagline, and your brand pillars of your business? Because you are running a business, correct? And if you're not, we're gonna have to schedule another call. If you don't think you're running a business, let me give you guys a reality check. You guys are. I know in your license is realtor, but you're running a business where there's P&Ls, there's expenses, all that has to be tracked. I'll teach you guys all that stuff. I will walk you through it. Maybe showing up. Okay. Any other question, guys? Tomorrow, yeah, it's gonna be around this time, Ariana. From 7, probably 10. Just carve out 3 hours.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Any questions? You guys are good? Any concern? Any dilemma?
I got problemas.
Is good
Hey,
for you
Johnny,
guys?
funny coincidence. My next Zoom is called Building Your Brand. You just said building your brand, and I was just reading, oh shit, building your brand. Okay. Damn.
You have to build your brand. By the way, marketing comes before sales. What I'm going to show you guys tomorrow, that comes before the sale. Okay, because tomorrow we're going to be writing down who's your ideal client. Who do you guys targeting? And don't tell me everyone, because who's that? Even people with no money? Because if you told me everyone, oh, so you're helping people buy homes that don't have a job. Oh, great. I wonder how that's going to go. Oh, you're helping everybody, the ones that actually don't have a house. Okay, great. Good luck with that. Who's your ideal client? Is it the 165 with 2-story? Is it the one with equity? Okay. All right, guys. Let's end it here with Carolyn. Take us out.
All right, this is quick. You ready? Just listen. The professional salesperson's daily commitments. I commit to working my plan every day. I commit to a can-do attitude with every customer. I commit to doing whatever it takes. I commit to exceeding the expectations of my customers. I commit to staying focused on what I want. I commit to taking every opportunity all the way. I commit to following up on every opportunity. I commit to being highly ethical in every area of my life. I commit to making changes where necessary. I commit to educating myself every day. Notice it didn't say 3 times a week. It says every day. I commit to training every day. Doesn't say Monday through Friday. It says I commit to training every day. I commit to doing the right thing. I commit to being the most positive person I know. Where was I? I commit to quit making excuses and just make it happen. I commit to making my dreams come true by my actions. Was that perfect or what? Come on. I love this book so much. This is now my favorite book now.
I love hearing you read. Like, you would have been a great teacher. Like when you read, I get happy. I feel
Really?
like a little kid.
That's so cool.
That is